Hey, nerdy sports fan here. Week 13 NFL action, and this week we're going to have Tennessee going to see the Indianapolis Colts in a game that really nobody thought was going to be this important a few weeks ago, even. But Indianapolis has lost games that they could have won, and Titans have found new life with Ryan Tannehill. They're a different team. So, yeah, I think they're very evenly matched here. Colts on a bit of a slide, Titans on an uptick, and they're kind of meeting in the middle. Exactly in the middle. They're both 6-5. Okay? This is the game. And I think it's the swing point. I do. The Titans have proven to be a much better team now that they have better quarterback play. And they've learned to lean on Derrick Henry more late in the season. Everybody knew Derrick Henry was awesome and the best part of their offense, and it just took a while for their offensive coordinator to figure that out. No idea how these guys still just get talked about like they're some sort of experts when blind people are throwing things at the television because they don't just hand the ball to Henry. Anyways, this is a turning point game, I think. I don't understand why Indianapolis is favored, but it really, it's the hometown swing. I shouldn't say that. By virtue of being the home team, they're going to get 3 points from Vegas. So they're 2.5-point favorites, which means Tennessee would be favored on a neutral field. That's something to keep in mind. The Colts have had some major injuries. Okay? Marlon Mack is a big blow. Jonathan Williams is an adequate substitute. If he's not already snapped up in your fantasy football league, you need to grab him. The Colts can run the ball on anybody because they have an extremely good offensive line. Not because Marlon Mack is some sort of just phenom, okay? He's just a very good back with a great offensive line. Now, Jonathan Williams is an average back with a great offensive line. So he's going to put up good numbers. You need to put him in your lineup. He's a flex play or second running back every single week that Marlon Mack is hurt. Okay? So, with the T.Y. Hilton injury, though, that makes them much more one-dimensional than they already were. He was the last of their starting wide receivers that wasn't hurt. They lost Campbell and Funches earlier in the year. They haven't been back. And now Hilton out. What is Brissett supposed to do? Okay? I don't know. They've got nothing for passing targets right now. So you can't really rely fantasy football-wise on anybody but Jonathan Williams from the Colts in this game. Their defense is a bend but don't break kind of defense, which doesn't necessarily do well fantasy football-wise. It doesn't generate the kind of pressure and the kind of turnovers and the excessively low scoring that you get from better fantasy defenses. But it's good. Okay, the Colts defense is going to hold pretty well. I don't expect the Titans to blow them out, but I do expect the Titans to win. They're just better at this point in the season. They've dealt with the turmoil of the season better than the Colts have. By virtue of health, I understand, but the switch to Tannehill really upgraded the roster, and they're getting the Colts at the right time. Okay? The Colts have some major offensive players that are hurt, and they're not going to be able to keep pace. The Titans, leaning on Derrick Henry, and with a rejuvenated passing attack with Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball, they're just going to be able to outpace the Colts on offense. The Colts don't have the staff to go in a shooting match. They don't. And if the Titans can jump to any sort of early lead on the back of Derrick Henry, they can ice the game from an early point just by not giving up the ball on offense and letting the Colts be relatively inept on offense. So an early score, maybe a couple early scores, really would win this for Tennessee. So I expect them to be focused on just that, because they know these things. All right, they know what condition they're getting the Colts in, so they're going to want to take advantage. I don't normally say start Tennessee receivers, but this would be a week to take a flyer on A.J. Brown against this Colts secondary. You're always starting Derrick Henry. I don't need to tell you that. But this might be a good week to start Tennessee defense as well. I see Jonathan Williams running the ball well against Tennessee because Tennessee doesn't do well against the run. But I just don't see the Colts offense maintaining continuity enough for them to be a factor against them. So the fact that the line favors the Colts right now, bet Tennessee all day. They're going to win. So yeah, they're going to beat the damn spread. And yeah, try A.J. Brown out in the lineup for like a flex play situation. Keep Henry in there at all times, but on the Colts side, Jonathan Williams. Again, if he's not already snapped up by somebody who knows what they're doing in fantasy football in your league, you can be the guy that fakes it by listening to me and picking him up. Put him in your lineup. He's going to be solid. He's at the very least a great flex play. When you have an every down running back, that's a better flex option than a wide receiver every single game. Okay? So check out the rest of my content for more fantasy football advice, and give me a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. You earned some turkey this week.